Hello YouTube, this is Miss Crazy again. I'm back. So, we'll be talking about my theory. I haven't done a theory since, I think, 4 or 5 weeks ago. Right now, if you're seeing on the channel, I've been recording Fortnite. There's also Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves just released a new Tall Tale. I'll be putting out the story mission, the relic locations, and all 5 book locations later on, probably before this video goes out. We're about to hit 800 subscribers. I think that's just because so many people are seeing my 7 Deadly Sins Chapter 333 reaction, read-through, and review, where I do all that. So, this is different. We're talking about One Piece. And the possibility of Oden being alive. I will reference a video, and I will probably pop it up here in a second. I just have to find it. A Tekken 101 video. I referenced this multiple times throughout different videos in the past couple of weeks, because I still think he might be right with his theory of how Oda's relate in the 2 stories. Okay, so if we go to, I'm going to go to all his videos. I'm going to pop up at least his channel. I'll put his channel down below if you want to go check it out. I definitely recommend it. He's an amazing creator. He does a lot of stuff. Where is it? It is, if you look at, where is my one? We're going to put this down to here. If you see, I just scrolled down a little bit too far. After his 960 and between his 961 here, he has the Oden and Hercules. The 12 labors of Hercules is being translated into Oden's backstory. But let's unpop that. But the best thing he says at the end, which is told through the story you've also seen in the movie, where Hercules comes back from the dead. In this, it could be either 2 ways, I can say. Be my 2 theories, different theories about Oden coming back. It's either the Time Fruit was used once again, because we only know the Time Fruit teleports you right there in the instance. What?
How did you put human for black?
Why? Why?
Isn't it about just right there?
It's about why?
Because I really got to spell that on a piece of paper.
Why do you have to?
Because I gotta write a note to Bishop. So just write it. That's
Why don't you look up the game? You guys have it installed. Close my door. I'm recording something. Okay. In the movie, they show off how he comes back from the dead. My 2 theories is, like I started saying before my brother and sister came in, is the Time Fruit was used once again. And you would say, well, she died. She died in the fire. Doesn't mean anything. Because if the Time Fruit was still active right now, someone else would be here. I think maybe months have passed, or days, and Oden was, instead of killed, how they thought he was killed, Kinemon and them, he was not killed, but he was locked away inside a prison. Like one of the secret prison, like Kawamasu was locked away. He was locked away, and someone found out, and the person who found out, I'm putting Orochi under the title right now, because he's just going to be an example. He found the Time Fruit, which would have regrown, which we got shown this on Punk Hazard, that when a fruit user dies, the fruit respawns like automatically on a fruit tree nearby. So it could spawn inside the Oden's castle, and so one of them could have the time fruit. Someone could have picked it up and realized what they were doing. I don't know how you would with the time fruit because time fruit is so weird, but they could have then sent Oden into the future, but it could be months ahead. We don't even know how accurate the time fruit is. They said 20 years in the future. Is that 20 years exactly on the date, or could it be 20 years plus time? Like, there's so much stuff off with the time fruit that we don't know yet. We just know the basics of the time fruit, that we're like, okay, Kinemon and them got sent to the future. 20 years. The leeway time could be days or weeks. If you sent Oden into the future too, he could pop up during the battle. Will he? I don't think he will. I think if Oden did come back to life with the Hercules thing, it would be either he's been in prison somewheres, he's been locked up somewheres, or he's actually dead. I don't think he's going to be dead, because if Oden's been putting the different trials that Hercules has done and comparing them to Oden, like in a way, try and make it somewhat obvious, then I would guess Oden would bring Oden back. Because we keep getting information on Oden. And the best way to bring back the good image of Oden, not even from the 10 red scabbards, and you can say 9 because Izo isn't there, but Denjiro and Izo appear on Wano, we have 10 red scabbards, not 9 anymore. There'd be 10, and it could happen. But in the long run, my idea is someone use the time fruit. I still think Orochi is not entirely bad. There's something about him that throws me off, that says he's not entirely bad. Even though all the bad stuff we have seen, I don't think he's entirely bad. And I could do a theory on that and just talk about reasons why I think he's not bad, but that could be a different video. But like I was saying, someone could eat, because if she did die without teleporting herself to the future, that means someone in Kaido's crew or somewhere's on the island has the time fruit, or had it and then teleported themselves forward. My biggest thing is Kinemon and them say they saw him get executed. I think they saw him get injured, because we have not seen the actual death of Oden. If they want to make it public and Oda really wanted to make it public that Oden died, he would have shown Oden dying. But we have not seen that yet. Until that happens, I still say he's still alive. Either locked in a prison from Kaido, because that's your biggest enemy that you have to worry about, and he might be the strongest resistance to that. Or he was sent to the future and he's just not there yet. For him, he's just automatically there. For everybody else, he's been gone. He's dead. Like we saw Yasui die. We know he's dead. Like Oda drew him dying. So in my long experience right now, without seeing the body, and animes and mangas do this all the time, if you do not see the body, don't count it as him truly dead. And with the Hercules triumph, the last one, returning from the realm of the dead, or just returning, would be to return from the dead. He's probably not dead, unless there's another devil fruit that can bring back the dead, which I don't think that, if Oda really wanted one of those, I think we probably would have seen it already in the series at a certain point, but there could be. I'm saying my biggest possibility is, since we know a devil fruit respawns close by the area, someone else ate the time fruit and sent Oden into the future. It could be weeks or months ahead of the actual time. But he's in the future. We just haven't seen him yet because he hasn't technically fallen. And we don't know when the exact time of 20 years ago was, because how many weeks or months ago that was in the story right now, present. So he could be months off. He could spawn after the great battle between Luffy versus Big Mom and Kaido. I know people have been saying that was talked about in an event. Otherwise, like I said, Orochi is just a card I put on the table. I think Orochi might have helped back then. Helped Kaido. But I think there's a true reason why he helped Kaido. I don't think it was just for power. I really don't think it was just for power. I think it was some other plan in there. Like, he might have actually been doing stuff for the good, and something changed in him to then go for how he is now. Or he could still be acting. Just like X-Drake was acting the whole time of being a pirate, and he's actually a secret marine of sword. So I'm saying right now, Oden's not dead. Till we see a body, Oden's not dead, and he's sent to the future. We just haven't seen him because the path is off by a month or two. Because I think my guess with the time fruit is the farther in the future you are sent, the bigger gaps in the exact time frame that you are sent. Like, if you're sent 5 days from now, it might be perfect. But then if you do like a month or two, maybe you're off by a day. And then you go like a year or two, and then you might be off by a week. And then you go 20 years, and you might be off by months. That's how I'm thinking the time fruit works in the long run, is when you send them. So I believe, with this theory, I believe Oden was sent to the future, not by his wife, because I think his wife died, by someone who ate the time fruit. That means someone in here has the goddamn time fruit. And it'll be cool to see who ends up with it. Because the time fruit was explained that she had it and then she died. I don't think Oda would write that time fruit out of its existence, just because if you did that, people would ask where that fruit is, since we know it regrows somewhere nearby. So I think sometime in the future we're going to get the time fruit pop back up in the manga, and it'll be the explanation of how Oden is still alive. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the video, like. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, I recommend subscribe to the channel, keep up with all the content. If you guys have any theories of your own about the time fruit or Oden being brought to the future, comment down below. If you guys don't think this could happen, or how you guys think Oden could be alive, or if he's just dead, comment down below. I would like to talk to you guys about it. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good morning, have a good afternoon, have a good night. Wherever you are, just have a good day. Hopefully I see you guys next video, and peace.